What are some common mistakes you see people make when starting their link building journey or building relationships? All the stuff we've been talking about. What are some common mistakes people make where you'd be like, for sure, don't do these three things?
I would say a big one is paid links, which we kind of already touched on, but paid links is like the easy out, and it's definitely something that you can see quick numbers from. You can quickly get some links through paying for them, but long term, it's not going to be beneficial to your site in the way that these high quality links would be. If you're going the digital PR approach, the biggest mistake or misconception that I see is leading with your brand, your products, your services, which we touched on this a little bit previously as well. But a lot of times people think that their brands and products and services are the most interesting thing in the world. And they probably are. But a journalist might not want to write about that because a journalist can get paid a lot of money for writing like advertorials and sponsored articles and things like that. So they know not to click on things that are going to come off as overly promotional and just trying to like get a feature in Forbes. We've interviewed journalists in like informational interviews, and we've heard verbatim that feedback of like, I get pitches all the time of people that just want to get a link from Forbes, and I'm not going to cover them because I need to think about me and what is going to resonate with my audience. You really have to like reframe your thought process to focus on things that are going to provide value to the journalist. So things that might complement stories that they're already working on, things that take a lot of time, like a data pull, like scraping through the census, pulling out some key nuggets, putting that into a cool graphic so then they can quickly take that and incorporate that into their story. They don't have to do the data analysis piece of it. You've already done it for them. So think about things that are like connected to your products and services, but not putting your products and services first. That's like the biggest red flag, I think, for a journalist, and the biggest thing that's going to get your email deleted and then just not give you a lot of progress in link building. So reframing to be like resource driven and prioritizing the mutually beneficial side of relationships.
What questions haven't I asked that you would give advice to these business owners around link building?
I think with link building, it being an earned media strategy, there's a lot of ups and downs. Even with something like digital PR, which is prioritizing quality content, especially with that, you're going to have some unsuccessful campaigns, and that's okay. I think not getting discouraged if you have a piece of content that you felt really confident in and you were like, this is going to be the best link builder ever, and then it doesn't get any interest from a journalist. That has happened to me more times than I can count. I feel really confident in something up front and then it doesn't work. So just keep going is like my biggest piece of advice. With the news cycle, you're going to find something that hits eventually. You're going to find an audience and going to find a place for it. You just have to keep going. Persistency is like truly key with digital PR, both within campaigns in terms of like, if you feel like you pitched everybody, you probably haven't. There's probably more people you can pitch. And then also creating new content and continuing with digital PR. Even if the first campaign isn't as successful as you hoped, try again with a new content topic, try again with a new format. So I'd say that's like my biggest piece of advice is just don't give up on it. And if you're not seeing immediate results, that's okay. Keep persisting with link building, and eventually you'll start to see like the needle turn and the impact long term.
Yeah, and I'd also add to that like everything you're describing takes time and it takes effort to do it right. But if you look at like the top 5 signals Google looks at to rank your website, it's link building. And link building is definitely in the top 5, maybe the top 3. It has been top 1 for a long time in the past. So I would say take the time to do it right? Make sure it's done just the way you're saying. Where do you see the future going in link building, and how do you see it evolving over time?
Yeah, it's changed so much in just the short amount of time that I've been in the field, and I'm sure that it'll continue to change. It's interesting because there's always this conversation around like, oh, links matter so much. And then the next day they don't matter at all. And then they matter so much again. So I personally don't see links going away in any capacity. I think that they'll always be an important ranking factor because it's an easy way to determine authority and kind of establish reputation. I think that there will be more of an emphasis on traffic, which we talked about earlier, and then also relevancy. In the past, it was just number of links, and then it shifted into like domain authority of those links and prioritizing quality links. And now I'm seeing it more turn into like the relevancy of like those links. Does it make sense? Does it match up with the specific website where you're getting the link from? And then the second piece of it is the traffic. Are they getting the clicks? Is it getting the engagement? So I think it's just getting harder and harder, which means the content has to get better and better, and you have to really refine your strategy. But at the end of the day, I don't see links going anywhere. I think that they'll always be important. It's just a matter of getting the right links and really focusing in on the perfect strategy that's tailored to the specific site.
So if you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click here. If you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.